Clapping startled me for some reason. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us in our virtual jazz club, both on Facebook and YouTube now. We are live streaming in both places at the same time, which is very exciting. Thank you so much for being here. Happy Tuesday and happy Cinco de Mayo. For anybody who might be here for the first time, we are Laura Dubin and
Antonio Guerrero.
Sorry, you don't have your mic on yet. Thank you so much for being here. It's been so great sharing our music with you during this time. This is the beginning of week number 8 for us. So every week has just felt even better than the week before. Emotionally and musically, we're just having so much fun sharing our music, and it's been delightful having our audience grow since we first began doing these 8 weeks ago. So thank you so much for joining us. Please leave us a comment and say hello, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. You can leave a comment in either location. And if you're watching this for the first time, please introduce yourself, because we are delighted to meet you and really always excited to make new friends, even though it's only virtually for the time being. Tonight we'd like to start on a high note, on a little up-tempo number called Pent Up House by the great saxophonist Sonny Rollins. starting off with a lot of energy tonight. That was a tune called Pent Up House by the legendary Sonny Rollins. And he's actually one of the great legendary musicians who is jazz musicians who is still with us. And I'm not sure if he's still recording and performing right now, but I know at least up until very recently he still was touring and performing. And well, obviously nobody's doing that right now, but I think at least like up until like a year ago, I think he was still recording and playing concerts, which is truly remarkable at his age. So we wish him well. Love playing his music so much. He's been such an inspiration to both of us over the years.
He's a legend. And
really is. Absolutely.
Composer and saxophone.
Yeah, absolutely. And he has such a just such a personal style, and I feel like especially horns, like saxophone and trumpet, any other wind instrument. I feel that the person's sound is really like their voice, or like an extension of their speaking voice, and he's just got such a unique sound, Sonny Rollins. So we'd like to play a nice little optimistic tune for you next, and this is like one of those kinds of tunes that we just need right now during with everything that's going on in the world. This is a classic jazz tune called "On the Sunny Side of the Street." So we went from Sonny Rollins to the sunny side of the street.
Sunny side up.
Exactly. It's true. Actually, you said sunny side up. That's actually, they recorded this tune on that album called Sunny Side Up.
Oh, really?
When we played Eternal Triangle a few nights ago. I think the first track on that album is On the Sunny Side of the Street. I'm guessing maybe they recorded that song specifically because of the word sunny, because the album had Sonny Stitt and Sonny Rollins. Sonny Rollins again on the saxophones. Yeah. very happy song for this time that we're living in. That's a classic song from the Great American Songbook called On the Sunny Side of the Street. And we finally had some sunshine today, so I think it was a good song for today. I found out that today is Giving Tuesday, which is a day that many people like to donate to their favorite charitable cause or other organizations. And I guess that's, like kind of an official holiday, I suppose, if you want to call it that. So that brings this to a good time to make my little announcement that if you are enjoying our music and you'd like to make a contribution to show your support for what we're doing and to allow us to continue doing these videos for as long as possible, there's a link right in the video, both on Facebook and YouTube. You can click on that link and you'll be taken right to my website, lauradubin.com. And the link will take you actually to the music/store page of the site. If you're watching this video on YouTube right now, just click on the little arrow underneath the video. And if you're watching this on a touchscreen device or a computer, and that'll bring up more info, and that's where you'll see the link. And if it's not there for some reason, you can try refreshing the page. On Facebook, it's obviously right here in the post. And there are 3 different things you can do there if you feel so inclined on this particular day to give us a little something. You can download our albums. There are 7 albums that you can choose from. Album number 8 will be ready very soon. You can also make a one-time donation of any amount that you choose from the list of options. There are several suggested amounts there. You can feel free to mix and match them if you'd like. You can change the amount by adjusting the quantity, or you can just pick whichever one you like the best and just go with that. And the final option, all the way on the bottom of the screen, is that you can become a monthly patron of Laura Dubin Jazz by setting up an automatic recurring credit card payment that will go through once per month. So just choose the amount that you'd like to donate once per month from the drop-down menu. There are different options there, and then click on the yellow subscribe button, and you'll be redirected to a PayPal website, and that's where you can set up your automatic payment. You only have to set everything up one time, and then after that, you can just sit back and relax and enjoy the music, and you will have a automatic donation coming directly to us once per month. And that's a great way to show your ongoing support if you'd like to continue watching these videos for as long as possible and allow us to continue making them for a long time. You can always cancel further down the road with no penalty if you need to stop the monthly payment at any time. You can always go back and manage your settings later on. And if you'd like to make a donation but you prefer not to do it online, you can send me a private message on Facebook, or you can contact me through the contact form on my website, and that will it'll be an email sent directly to me, and we can talk about another method. Everything on my website is secure, and your payment information is stored securely. But if you have any qualms about donating online, that's totally okay. We understand, and we can always talk about another method. If you're not able to make a donation right now, that's totally okay. You are really and truly making a contribution to our music simply by being here and watching this video and enjoying the music. I see that a lot of people are watching already, so thank you so much for joining us, everybody. We really, really appreciate it and appreciate you.
Yes, and all our supporters. Thank you, big thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Next, we'd like to play a arrangement of a Beatles song, and something about this song, it goes really well into a jazz style, and I think a lot of jazz musicians like to do their own versions of this song, and this is our jazz version of Eleanor Rigby. This arrangement goes through several different styles, and hopefully you'll enjoy the little journey that we're about to take you on. And
I'm not sure if
oh,
I think was the phantom power not working, but
oh, was there with this or with all of the microphones?
Yeah, no, just with the voice.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully it's not.
If anybody's out there right now, can you just leave a comment and let me know if you could hear my voice okay recently, like since we started?
I think it's no problem, but yeah, just
Okay.
Sure.
There's just a little possible issue with our tech setup here, although it might be okay. Just if you're listening right now, feel free to just leave a comment and let us know if you could hear me okay when I was talking just now. Perfect. Thanks for catching that.
Yeah.
How about yours? Want to say something? And
Yes. Hello.
if Antonio sounds
it's,
okay.
it's because I am seeing the leads that.
Oh.
Yeah, it is the way that
Okay.
I know when the level is right.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I just noticed that the phantom power was not on, and I
Okay.
just want to be sure that it's working okay.
Phantom power. There's a new vocabulary
Phantom
term
power.
for you for you non-audio engineers. I never knew that term until I met you. Phantom power.
Phantom
I love
power.
that. It sounds like the name of a rock band.
Exactly.
So we hope you like our version of Eleanor Rigby. That was our arrangement of a Beatles classic, Eleanor Rigby. And next, we'd like to play a very special song. We'd like to say happy birthday to our dear friend Betsy Leipold.
Yeah,
She's watching.
Betsy.
Happy birthday, Betsy! Betsy is such a dear friend of ours, and she's truly been one of our biggest supporters ever since we began our live music careers here in Rochester. And Betsy and her husband Paul used to come see us at the Python Jazz Room when that place existed. That was actually where we met. And they came to one of our performances. I think it was one of the first times that we ever performed there. And they came to almost all of our performances there while the club was open. And they came to so many of our shows all over Rochester. And Betsy's just been such a great friend to us over the years. And we appreciate her support and her love so much. And we hope you're having a wonderful birthday, Betsy. And we'd like to play this little happy birthday tune for you. And yesterday, I know Betsy was watching yesterday, it was May 4th, aka 5-4 Day, which was, we dedicated a song, a Dave Brubeck tune. Actually, it was composed by Paul Desmond, but we played Take 5 in honor of it being 5-4 Day, a little bit of a music joke. And since we had Take 5 kind of on our mind, even still today, this is kind of a Take 5 inspired version of a song that you know.
Happy birthday a la Take 5.
Exactly.
Happy birthday,
Betsy.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Betsy. Thank you so much for all the support over the years. We
Yeah.
appreciate you so much. You're such a great friend. And we thank you so much for watching our concerts almost every night. It's just meant the world to us to have you in our virtual audience and to feel like we're still connected with you, connected to you during this time, even though we can't see each other in person. This is the next best thing.
Yes.
So,
Bravo,
yay! What's next on the... Oh! So I love this next tune so much. It's probably one of my favorites to play, which is, I probably say that about a lot of tunes, but this is I really mean it about this one. So I've talked about Nina Simone in some of our previous concerts, and she's been such an influence on me as a musician, and she's truly a musical hero of mine. The first time I ever heard her was on the radio on Jazz 90.1. And I've told this story already, so I'll just recap it real quick, because I know a lot of people heard it already, but maybe some of you haven't. I was not aware of the fact that she was a pianist. I knew that she was a singer. I had heard of her before, but at this time, years ago, I had not really ever sat down and listened to her music before. So they were playing this one song of hers on the radio, and I was just fascinated by the piano solo, and I thought, wow, who's this pianist?
That was Leave Me or...
That was Love Me or Leave
Love
Me.
Me or Leave
So it's
Me.
the same
Yeah.
same album. So I got home and Googled it, and it turned out it was Nina Simone actually playing the piano and singing, and I was just floored, and I became a huge fan, and I immediately ordered the CD that had that track on it, and it was actually her first album, and the album is called Little Girl Blue. And this tune comes from that album. It's not a composition of hers, but she definitely made this song famous, and I think it's always been associated with her. And this is probably one of her biggest hits. This is called My Baby Just Cares for Me. Aww. That was called My Baby Just Cares for Me, and that was made famous by the great pianist and singer Nina Simone. We've got just a couple of tunes left to play for you tonight, and I have a very special thing to share about this, the next piece we're going to play. It's an original composition of mine, and this is dedicated to my college piano teacher, and he was so much more than that. Honestly, just saying piano teacher isn't really enough to describe how much influence this man had on my life. The great Dr. Steve Zagree just absolutely changed my life and truly made me into the musician who I am today. And we're playing this song now dedicated to him because today would have been his birthday. He passed away 5 years ago. I can't believe it's been 5 years already. And it was very sad, very devastating. He passed away from pancreatic cancer. And it was such a surprise and a shock because he was honestly like the most energetic person I'd ever met in my life. You just never would think that he would develop cancer. And he was just such a force of nature. The people who knew him could definitely agree with me when I say that his personality was just larger than life. And no matter how I describe him, it's not the same as actually knowing him. His personality was just so big and enthusiastic. He was truly just the most dedicated teacher I've ever had or met in my life. And he is really the reason that I went to college at Western Michigan University. I've talked about Fred Hirsch recently in some of our previous concerts when we played Fred's music. And Fred was the person who told me about Western Michigan University, WMU, and he recommended that school to me. He thought it would be a great fit. And so it was one of the places where I auditioned. And I did maybe 6 or 7 college auditions during my senior year of high school. And this was the last school that I auditioned at. And I thought if that had been the first place I had auditioned, I wouldn't have even bothered to go to any of the rest of them because I just immediately felt such a connection with Dr. Zagri. And just I knew that I wanted to study with him. And just I could go on forever about all of the amazing things that I learned from him. He truly just made such a difference in my life and all the students that he had. He also was the director of the Gold Company program, which was also something that I mentioned in one of our previous concerts. It's a vocal jazz group that I played piano for a couple of years in college. And it's actually one of the most prestigious college vocal jazz groups in the world. And that was truly because he held his students to professional standards. He didn't actually just treat us like students. He really treated us like professional musicians and expected us to have the same standards for ourselves. And I think that's just such a huge part of what made the program such a success. So he was just a great pianist, teacher, educator, just in every sense of the word. And since today would have been his birthday, we'd like to dedicate this next song to him. This is a composition that I wrote, and it's called Doc Z, because everybody always called him Doc. And this tune is based on another composition by Sonny Rollins called Doxy, which is spelled D-O-X-Y. So this is a different melody, but it's the same chords. So we hope you enjoy this one. And if there are any of my college friends who are out there listening, I'd like to also just share this little moment with all of you. was called Doc Z, and that's an original composition of mine dedicated to the great Dr. Steve Zagri on what would have been his birthday today. And when the whole time we were playing that, I just had so many wonderful memories just flooding back to me. He truly was just one of those people who just changed my life. And I think everybody who knew him definitely felt the same way. And something that I'm remembering now is every year at the first Gold Company rehearsal, it was a very large group of students. There were, I think, 16 or 18 singers in the group, and then a band, a rhythm section, and horns, and then sound engineers. And then there was another group called GC2, Gold Company 2, which is basically an extension of Gold Company, kind of geared toward the freshmen and sophomores, but sometimes there were older students in that group too, because it was honestly just as great. But every year at the first rehearsal, we would all be in a room together, and he would say, look around this room, because a lot of the people that you're looking at right now are going to be your friends for life, and you're going to keep playing music together for a long time. And he was definitely right. And I think one of his biggest lasting legacies is just the huge network of students and musicians and educators all over the world who are still in touch with each other and who have gone on to make music together professionally and just had all these great connections. So it's just really special to think about that. And if Nat and Sarah happen to be watching, I'd like to say hello to both of you, and thank you so much for watching. So we've got just one more tune to play before we say goodnight. If you haven't yet left a comment, please leave a comment and say hello, because after we play this last tune, we're going to read through all the comments and say hello to everybody who left one on Facebook and YouTube. And so we're just always happy to know who's out there listening. And if you're watching this for the first time, please go ahead and introduce yourself. We're delighted to make new friends. And in case you missed this speech earlier, if either you're just tuning in now or we'll find out what the microphone situation was like, just in case, I'm going to say it all again. If you've been enjoying the music tonight and you'd like to make a contribution to show your support and allow us to continue doing these videos for as long as possible, you can head on over to lauradubin.com after we play this last tune. There's a link right in the video. It's here on Facebook, and it's also in the YouTube video as well, if you click on the little arrow underneath the video to bring up more info. And when you click on that link, you'll be taken to the music/store page of my website. And there are 3 different things you can do there. The first thing is you can download our albums. We have 7 albums that you can choose from. We hope that you'll sample them all and maybe download them all to have the entire Laura Dubin Trio collection. And underneath that, if you scroll a little bit past the album cover photos, you can make a one-time donation of any amount that you'd like to choose from the list of options. And you can also become a monthly patron of Laura Dubin Jazz. That's the 3rd and final option. All the way on the bottom of the screen. You can choose whichever amount you'd like to donate once per month, then click on the subscribe button, and then you'll be redirected to a PayPal website where you can set up a secure monthly automatic credit card payment. And you only have to set it up one time, and then after that, it'll just automatically go through once a month. You'll have a donation coming directly to us once per month, and you can just sit back and relax and keep enjoying the music. And that's a great way to show your support if you'd like to continue watching these videos for a long time, and we hope that you will. If you ever need to cancel your monthly subscription at any time, there's no penalty if you need to do so if your situation changes further down the road. But of course, we hope you'll keep doing it as long as possible if you are able to. Everything on my website is secure, as well as the PayPal website. However, if you'd like to make a donation but you prefer not to do it online, you can send me a private Facebook message, or you can send me an email through the contact form on my website, and we can talk about another method. And if you're not able to make a donation right now, that's totally okay. We appreciate you all being here so much. I know we've had a lot of people watching tonight, and your support just by being here watching our video really means the world to us. And a huge thank you to everybody for sharing our videos these past few weeks. You've really helped us to expand our audience all over the globe. So we appreciate that, and we'd like to close with our last piece now. And this is kind of nice because Dr. Zagri loved Gershwin. I think Gershwin was his favorite jazz composer, a great American songbook composer. And so we're going to play a really fun Gershwin tune for you now called Oh Lady Be Good. And you better fasten your seatbelts for this one. was Oh Lady Be Good by George and Ira Gershwin. And that is all the music for tonight. But we hope you'll stick around and chat with us for a few minutes as we read through the comments and see who's been listening to us out there. I saw some comments showing up while we were playing, and I'm excited to see who they're from. And for those of you who might be watching this for the first time, we are doing these concerts every single night. No nights off. At 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And yesterday was concert number 50. 50 days in a row that we've been doing this.
Playing the same music.
Nope.
Only.
Except for one special request yesterday, and we were happy to honor that request.
Take 5 always deserve a repeat.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. It's one of those tunes that you can just play all the time.
This is a challenge.
Yeah. Other than that.
But if somebody requests for another, it's all right.
Exactly. Other than that one, we had not repeated any tunes since we began, which means we've played almost 300 songs so far, and we're going to see how long we can keep going before, going back and repeating them all again. But there's so much great music out there that we don't feel like we have to just yet.
Yes.
So I'm going to grab my trusty little buddy here. By the way, for anybody who heard my plea at the beginning of our concert yesterday, and I'd like to say a special shout out to Linda. My iPod is alive again. My iPod survived. Yes.
It's kind of a piece for a museum already.
This really is. This is, I don't know if it's showing up. This is an iPod classic, and they don't make them anymore. And I don't care what anybody says. This is the best Apple device ever.
I think it's the first one.
I think it is the first iPod, and also it holds more music than anything, including the iPhone or
gigawatts.
I think it's 160 actually.
No, I was kidding about gigawatts. It's gigabytes.
1.21 gigawatts for any Back to the Future fans out there.
Gigawatts.
I think it's like 160 gigabytes of music, which
it's incredible.
Mine's not even full, and I've had it for like 10 years. So we still have actual CDs also and vinyl records. But I love this because I've collected a lot of music over the years that sometimes came from other people, and this was like the most convenient way to store it. And we have like kind of a CD player that also plays the music on here, so we can listen to it on good speakers. So I was really sad last night before we started playing when I thought maybe it had gone kaput. But thanks to Linda's special message that she sent out to the universe,
thank you, Linda.
It's alive again. And you were confident that it would be alive also, so it was. I'm very glad. Let's see here. Perfect. Hey, Alicia and Joni, thanks so much for watching again. Great to have you here.
Thank you, Alicia and Johnny.
Yeah, and I see, of course, Linda's watching. Hi, Linda. I don't mean I meant, of course, because I was just talking about her, and now I see your name. Linda, thank you so much for watching, and thank you for your prayer for my iPod. It worked.
Thank you, Linda. Thank you for watching.
Yeah. Hey, Donna, great to have you here again. She said she liked the Nina Simone tune.
Oh, yes.
She said it reminds her of Dream a Little Dream of Me. Yeah, it does kind of sound similar.
Baby, don't care for clothes.
Exactly. Well, do you know that song, Dream a Little Dream of Me? It's actually got a pretty similar melody. I didn't think of that before, but you're totally right.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening again, Donna.
Thank you, Donna.
Alejandro, hola, Ale.
Ale,
thank
you.
I think Alejandro Jr. commenting.
Obrigado.
He says, good night, everyone. Thank you so much for this beautiful music. Makes me happy again. Oh, we're so glad. And we played another Beatles song for you tonight. So,
Eleanor Rigby.
Beatles fan out there. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you.
Ma, Mary Lou, and Alejandro Sr. and Jr. and Deanna. Hola, everyone. Brian Waldron. Hi, Brian.
Hey, Brian.
That was a hi, Waldron.
Yeah.
We miss you, Brian. Thank you so much for watching.
Virtually.
Yeah. And I know he's been watching on both Facebook and YouTube recently. So thank you so much, Brian. Brian's another person who we've known almost since we began performing together in Rochester. Yes. He's been on the journey with us for many years, so we appreciate him so much. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
Hey, Dylan! Yay!
Dylan.
Great to have you here again. We miss you. Thank you so much for watching. And hello to Garfield.
Yeah. Thank you, Dylan. Garfield.
Oh, your mom says, thank you so much for this show. Thank you, Ma.
Thank you, Ma.
I think Linda liked Lady Be Good. She says, great way to close the show. Oh, and Alicia says, you weren't kidding about fasten your seatbelt. Yeah, that's why we had to save that one for last. So, this is definitely not all the comments. I see that there's a bunch of comments and not all of them are showing up right now. So, not all of them appeared here because the video is still live. However, when we finish playing, or when we turn off the live stream, I'm gonna look through the comments again, and I'm gonna say hi to anybody who I missed, because I know there are definitely some that are not showing up right now. And let's see, I'm gonna head on over to YouTube, and our YouTube audience is still growing. So I don't know if there are any comments there. If not, that is totally okay. But let's. Oh, there are a bunch of. Perfect. Linda left a comment here too. Thank you, Linda. We appreciate it so much. I love this. Her little drum and piano emojis.
Yeah, thank you, Linda.
Perfect. Oh, good. Okay, Dylan's watching here too. Thank you, Dylan. He says the sound never cut out on you on YouTube. Okay, good.
Thank you for your comment.
Perfect. Thank you, Dylan. And Martin Saloy, did I say your name correctly? It's from Levittown, New York. Thank you so much for watching. Great to meet you virtually. Nice. He says, is my sister from Rochester watching? Oh, okay. Who's your, maybe you can let me know who your sister is. Is that somebody we know? Probably. Great to have you here, name? Martin. Martin Saloy, or Saloy. Martin, yeah. And he says Martin. he can hear us good. That must have been after I asked about the sound. So thank you for letting us know.
Thank you.
Good. Perfect. Well, thank you so much, everybody. It's been great sharing our music with you tonight. Thank you so much for watching. And stay safe and healthy. We'll see you back here 23 hours from now. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hasta mañana.
Oh, arrivederci.